Done community awards. Now we'd like to do some internal awards. The internal award is another committee who picks, as we call it, ELK of the Year. This year's award recipient goes out to Johnny Guers, the House Committee and Activities Committee Chairman for the past year. Can I say something, John? Sure.
I didn't write anything down because I just wanted to speak from the heart and what I feel about being an ELK. And I'm very proud to be a FRACKVILLE ELK because I'm very proud to receive that award. And the reason, I look at the ELKS as probably two aspects. First is the social. Everyone comes, we have a lot of entertainment, we have a wonderful bar, place is always clean, TVs, beautiful patio outside. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for the ELKS, a lot of the friends I have right now, I wouldn't even met. You know, so there's so many people here I met that's worthwhile for everybody to join the ELKS. The second part, and probably I'm most proud of, is what we do for the community. You know, we have given out, first with the youth, you know, we sponsor a Little League team, we sponsor a bitty basketball team in Gerardville, we financially support our Legion team. The high school comes in here for a football banquet, and that's only on that one part. And I think we have just purchased, or we're going to have a bounce house for the Spartan games coming up. We also, I'm looking at Teresa down here thinking, so I said, I'm just coming from what's coming up to me. Our Veterans Committee does an amazing job. Our Veterans Committee makes the lives of our veterans in the nursing home so much better. If we weren't out there visiting them, they may not have another visitor. The gifts they receive, they're so thrilled to receive. And that's for Teresa, Leanne Mogish, Jackie, and Subich. Thank you for all that you do. I think of Thanksgiving with Donnie Dudash. We go about 250 turkeys a year, so people could have a nicer Thanksgiving than they probably would have had on their own. And as far as Toys for Tots, that goes all year long, spearheaded by Jackie Anchulis. We are constantly raising funds and the toys to make Christmas better for a lot of the youth in our area. And it's a good feeling. So that's why I'm proud to be in it. Now, there's a few people I want to thank here tonight. First one is my wife. Couldn't be anywhere without Donna. Anyone that comes to any activities, a lot of the food you eat was prepared by Donna. You see the 50-50 ladies walking around, you know, sometimes they're a pain in the neck, they're Tony. That's Donna and usually Marianne Stetz. And then afterwards, if you stick around long enough, when we're cleaning up, you'll always see Donna cleaning up. So Donna, I appreciate and love you so much. So, also some thank yous at the first table over here, the support of my friends. It's more like family than friends. But first here, Debbie and Eddie Hayes, and then Kathy and Billy Rowe, Gloria and Mike Berta, Joni and Jerry Bezic, and Subich sitting at our table, also a great friend. So thank you for coming. And next, I'd like to thank our family that's here. It's Donna's kids and my stepchildren, and they're three great guys and girls. First, Johnny Finneran and his wife Amanda, and then we have Renee, where you at? You know, Ray Medina down there, and we have Brian and Crystal Finneran. And those three handsome little guys you see standing around down there, that's Marcus and Evan Medina and Dax Finneran. And that little beauty that's over there, that's Hadley Finneran. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming. I also have two children of my own. My daughter lives in Texas, so of course they're not here. That's Jillian Barlow and her husband Jeff, and our granddaughter Lauren. And down in New Jersey, it's my son, Dr. John Guers, and his wife Katie, and their three children, Jane and Brent and Drew. So I'd like to thank them. They're not here, but you know, I talk with them all the time. They mean a lot to me. Then there's 4 people here. There's a lot of help at the Elks. I always have a lot of help, and I don't want to exclude anyone, but there's 4 people here that are there for me every day. I make phone calls, texts. They help me so much. And the first one is Bill Mack sitting here. Now, Bill, as he said, was this past Grand Exalted Ruler.
Not yet.
Okay, what did I say? What did I tell him?
Maybe in retirement. That's my retirement.
The thing is, he's still a young guy. I mean, he's already been at this position. He's only in his 30s now. Actually, he graduated with my son John with Brian. So, you know, I actually met Bill, I guess, when I chaperoned you on a Boy Scout trip. You know, he looked pretty cool, little shorts and a little beanie hat. No, he didn't have that. But no, thank you, Bill, for all that you've done for me. He's always there for me. The second person is mentioned by Bucky. This whole building, when you look at it, you see Brute Sakavich in here. You know, building the office. We have a beautiful patio out in the back. It's Brute, you know, Brute's fingerprints on that. The shed in the back with all the stuff. I don't know how do we fill that, but it's full already. I think we need a bigger one. But, you know, not only that Brute, but Brute also was twice Exalted Ruler, and Brute was just the manager of the bar for the past year for the House Committee. Brute and I speak all the time. A great guy, became a great friend, and thank you, Brute. The third guy is someone that I met years ago in here. Always helpful, always there for me. Someone that we sit down, we talk, we laugh. Sometimes when I'm stressed out over everything, I turn to him and we pick on each other a little bit. And that's Donnie Dudash, and I really appreciate Don. And you know, his whole family. His wife Joan is such a lovely person. And we know, where's Donnie, young Donnie? Lucky Donnie's around somewhere. He's back there. And of course Tracy, who is our new Exalted Ruler. And right next to her, Parker, who's going to be a future Exalted Ruler. I just know that. You know, when I look at that, Don, you are the weak link in that family. And last but not least, when you're working on activities, unfortunately, one of the things you always have to make sure is your finances are right. You know, we don't like to lose money. We don't want to put ourselves in debt. So we try to at least break even, if not make money. That's always our plan. And also, when you're doing the housing, it's even more. When you're doing the House Committee, we're looking, this past year we had to do some price arrangements at the bar, the kitchen. We changed our hall rental. And there's one person I always turn to for anything financial. And he's always there for me, and he gives such great advice. And that's Ron Whalen. So thank you, Ron. So overall, when you look at these 4 guys, and I owe them so much. The way I try to do this way, I don't see Ron Bain here today, but Ron Bain said something at one meeting. But for people that don't know Ron Bain, if Ron Bain was around, he's the life of the party. He just brings the energy with him when he shows up. And it's just so much fun when Ron's around. So people that do know him are probably thinking, what did he say? Let's do a shot? Or, come on, one more beer? But I'm not talking about that part of Ron. Ron said one time, pay it forward. And it's what I try to do. I try to volunteer for anything I can. I try to help anyone that needs help, any questions they have, to try to pass on what I learned from the 4 guys I just mentioned. And when you think of that, those 4 guys learned from their predecessors, who learned from their predecessors. That's the spirit of the Elks. You know, we say Elks are never forgotten. And they're never forgotten because what they taught the people that come after them, they're never gone. And that's what will happen here. We have to teach the younger generation of Elks everything we know, be open and share with them. Leave our legacy with them. So we need everybody to do a little bit more this year, like, volunteer, share your life experiences, your elk experiences, your work experiences. I mean, everyone comes together from different areas with different thoughts. That's when we make a difference. That's when we come up with some original ideas and do some great things. So I'm hoping that for this year, that's what we all can do. We could all come together and make the 2025 elk year the best year we ever had. Thank you.
Phil Guers, I think.
Yes.
Also for our Elk of the Year, we also have citations from Representative Twardzik of the House of Representatives in congratulations of your Elk of the Year award. And we also have from Senator David Argel from the Senate of Pennsylvania in regards to your recognition as Elk of the Year award. Congratulations.